The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whether you're new to sales or a lifetime veteran, the Blackbelt Sales Podcast will sharpen your sword and guide you to master the art of sales. And now, here's your host, the ninja himself, Gene Slade.
Welcome back, ninjas, to another episode of Don and Gene Talking Sales. What's up, Don?
Good morning. Awesome to be here with you.
Good to see you again. It's been a long time. It's been like 20 minutes since we were on.
20 minutes since we've been on a call together. Yeah, it's tough.
So, guys, super excited to come to you today and talk about the holiday season, especially December, right? A lot of us get this holiday mentality, and it's almost like we're cruising into the end of the year. And then the true professionals, they still have their foot planted firmly on the gas. But Don, let's talk about that real quick. Are you still with me, or did we glitch out?
Yeah. No, I hope I'm still here. But complacency. We all make excuses for what we do, right? We're I think you talk about that. We are I don't know, the making machine, but we kind of justify all saying it or whatever. You can your career or worst month of your career. It's whichever one you choose. So let's decide which one you want it to be. And if you want it to be the worst, well, it doesn't take a lot of hard work. I will agree on that. But if you want it to be the best, let's talk about how we make it the best. Gene?
Business is never good or bad out there, guys. Business is only ever good or bad between your ears. And I've got a perfect example, a perfect story about this, Don, if it's okay with you. Is it okay that I take the floor and tell the story?
Please do. Thank you.
Awesome. So, guys, by the way, if you are joining us live, will you please just put live down in the comments? Man, I would really, really appreciate it. That's kind of like the toll, if you will, or the fee that we ask for if you're going to watch these videos with us. So pretty please, would you please pay the fee and either put live or replay in the comments. And if you want to be really generous, let's share the stream. Sound good? So is this a good month or is this not a good month? So back in 2004, I had two friends, all right? One friend was a sales trainer and coach, and the other guy was a salesperson at a company down here in Southwest Florida. And on the 1st of December, this sales guy called this mentor, and he was kind of down. And the mentor was like, what's got you down? And this guy, his name was Lance. Lance said, well, I keep talking to everybody around the shop here in Florida. This is my first year here in Florida. And everybody tells me that December is like the absolute worst month. And this mentor, he had this habit whenever anybody said something that he thought was ridiculous, he would try to make them feel stupid. So he'd throw his head back and he'd go, and he would laugh for 30 minutes. It was irritating as hell. He did it to me 10 times in my lifetime. But this guy, he was like, what are you laughing at? What's so funny? He says, why are they telling you that December is going to be a bad month? He says, I've lived here in Florida for over 10 years, and December, bar none, is always the absolute best month that you can have in sales in HVAC. I don't know who you heard that from, but December will likely be the best month that you've ever had here in Florida. So this guy he leaves this guy's house, and he goes out and continues to sell throughout December. Well, he sold something like $300,000 in December. And it turned out that it was actually the best month that he had ever had. Well, when he went back to this mentor that I'm talking about and shared with him that he'd sold over $300,000, The mentor did that laugh thing again where he threw his head back and just laughed. He forced the laugh. This guy would force the laugh for like 60 seconds. It was the most irritating shit that I've ever experienced, right? So he starts laughing at this guy, and the guy's like, "What are you laughing about?" He says, "Allow. Do you want a StreamYard? One bucket? Yeah, I'll allow that." So anyhow, he says, "What are you laughing at?" He says, "December is the worst month in Southwest Florida. You can't sell anything in December in Southwest Florida. There's no way you sold $300,000. And he showed him his sales numbers, right? Now, what was the difference between before and after? If that guy hadn't had that conversation, is it possible that he would have had the worst month that he'd ever had? Give me a yes or no in the comments, right? Business is never, ever good or bad out there. Business is only ever good or bad between your ears, all right? Your mindset is going to have everything to do with your success. So if you're thinking December is going to be a bad month for you, you're right. I'm going to say that again. If you think December is going to be a bad month for you, you are right, right? If you think whether you think it is or isn't going to be good or bad, you're right, because you will follow up your thoughts with actions that align with your thoughts. I hope that you guys are paying attention on this right now. This is really, really important. Business is never good or bad out there. It's only good or bad between your ears. So this guy ended up having a record month. He ended up selling more than he'd ever sold in a consecutive month in December. So I want to ask you, are you taking your foot off the gas right now? Is it more challenging and more difficult to get in customers' houses and get money out of them right now? Are they saying things to you like, after the holidays, maybe we'll look at doing this? Don, by the way, you're muted. Are they saying things like, we just don't have the money right now, maybe in the spring or maybe in the summer? All right. Don, I know we lost you there, but you've got a much more crystal clear video now. It looks fan-freaking-tastic.
Well, it's got to be a good looking video because it can be a good looking me. So we'll go with the video part of it. But yeah, sorry for the technical problem.
No problem.
But yeah, we're hearing that with everybody. We're training and talking with people about the delay, right? It doesn't matter the excuse. They're just giving you a delay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, this time of year, people love to give you the delay. Oh, it's Christmas time. Oh, it's Thanksgiving time. It's the holidays. Money's kind of tight. How do we handle that situation, Don?
Well, typically those are not the real excuse. So you've got to get through that to get them to open up and talk. And certainly, depending on, I guess, the relationship and the rapport that you've built, you can just right angle close them. You have to wait till after the holidays. You just repeat back what they say, and they might tell you more. They might start talking. It's the equivalent of saying, "Can you tell me more about that?"
Yeah, can you say more about that?
Can you say more about that? Can you say more about that? The right angle close or repeating the Chris Voss last 3 to 5 words, mirroring them.
Yeah.
All of those are the same real process to just get them to talk. People will tell you what's going on if you can just get them to talk. So by doing that, getting them to talk, they're gonna say something. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do all this. I know I got to do it. I just don't have the money right now. More times than not, you can get it from a delay over to the money. You never get them to admit that it's really more the money than it is the holiday excuse, whatever they put out there. It's a different world. Get everybody to admit it's the money, and it's so much more fun. This business is so much more fun. Every business is more fun.
But how do we do that? You know, people, it can be embarrassing to tell somebody that you don't have the money or that things are too tight right now. How do you get people to drop that guard and actually tell you, yeah, it's the money, instead of saying, I want to think about it, I need to talk to my spouse or whatever?
Well, there is a lot of you have to build rapport, and you have to have some sincerity. And you can just simply ask, level with me. How do you feel about the money? If you're got the guts enough to ask, is it the money, or how do you feel about the money? If it were free, if it were $1, $2, $10, would you have to wait So it's not so much that it's the holidays or anything else. It's the money, isn't it? Sometimes you have to let them agree with you versus them have to say it out loud, because they don't want to. They struggle with that. So you kind of give them the answer and let them say, yeah, that's it. They feel like you're letting them off the hook. The reality of it is you're just getting the conversation one step further. They'll tell you something that you can work with. And hearing them say it, listening, the difference between just hearing it and listening. Listening is I have to take that information and interpret it. I don't like necessarily to say read between the lines, but it's kind of the idea that I have to get the meaning behind the words, not just the words. And,
what do you mean?
well, the holidays, we're got all these, you're going to have the holiday excuse. You're going to have the presents excuse. The bills after holidays, it'll be the bills from Christmas have to come in.
Yeah.
And after that, it's a tax return. Well, we'll do it after I get my tax return back. And then after that, we'll hear I'm going on vacation. So I've got the money, but I don't want to spend it because this is our vacation money. And my wife would kill me if I spent the vacation money. And then after that, it'll be, it's just been a tough year. And then, we're trying to settle back down. Then we got the kids going back to school. And then we're really just settling in from the kids going back to school, all those fees. And then guess what? It's the holiday again.
Yeah.
When the homeowners buy a house, they, secretly give them this book of all the excuses to tell the contractors who come in your home when you don't have the guts to actually say, no, I'm not interested. They give you these and you just look it up by month. Okay, we're in December. Oh, I can use the holiday excuse now. So Be prepared. If you're not prepared for someone to tell you, we're just going to wait till after the holidays, then it's on you. Be prepared for that. It's coming.
Is I want to think about it a real objection?
It's not a real objection. No, it's not a real objection. How many times have you said it? I've said it. Guys out there said it to someone, and as they leave or you shut the door, your office or your house, you thought, I ain't worried about that again. I just got rid of that problem. I just got rid of that issue. So it isn't so much that they really do need to think about all that stuff. It's they don't have the guts to tell you to your face, I'm not going to buy, or I know I'm not interested. And
Or
that
I don't
may
have the
be,
money.
or I don't have the money. Exactly.
That's
That
something
may
that's
very well
embarrassing,
be
and it causes pain for people to say. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, people will not admit that they live a very high lifestyle. Like I said, we see the cars in the driveway, we see the neighborhood, and we assume they have money. And then the reality of it is I've been in houses before that were like made you gawk when you pull up, and then you go in and there's bed sheets over the window because they can't afford to decorate the house. Realistically, there was very little. It looked like a college apartment with the kind of furniture just sparse and laying around and sitting on the floor of this house that just made me go, wow, I could never dream of this neighborhood. And then I realized these people shouldn't dream of this neighborhood either. But it's the money. It turns into being the money more than it is. I need to think about it. It's the money.
Guys, pay attention to this. This is really, really important. This is a quote from somebody. I think it might be from, oh my gosh, what's his name? He owned Modern Air Conditioning in Fort Myers. Ron Smith.
Ron, yes.
I think that this was potentially in his book. Listen to this, guys. When a man or a woman says, I want to think about it, they already thought about it and stopped thinking. I'm going to share that one more time. When a man or woman says, I want to think about it, they already thought about it and stopped thinking. So, Don, I want to talk about burying the objection, right? Especially when we're talking about, and I want to think about it objection. So how do we bury I want to think about it objection and get a real objection out?
Yeah, on it's really the same path, whether it's a service call or a equipment sale or an upgrade type sale, water, purification, the upgrades, enhancement type deal. It's the same thought process with a little different words. And it is there any doubt in your mind that something's got to be done about this problem, about getting the chlorine out of the water, about getting all this bad stuff that's in your ducts, that's in your air conditioning duct system cleaned up, about getting rid of that old furnace?
How did you say that again?
Is there any doubt in your mind as the necessity to do something about this problem of your boom? Doesn't matter what the problem is, but you're not talking about the solution. You're talking about the problem. Remember, selling is really getting them to come to their own conclusion that something needs to be done. Establishing the need. We talk about it all the time, E and EXPA. If you don't know what that is, well, get through some of these videos in the training course and you will, but establishing the need for everything on the list and getting them to come to their own conclusion that something has to be done. We get sidetracked and I'm so much about talking about our product and our solution when they don't really believe they have a problem.
Yeah.
So they have to have a problem. So is there any doubt in your mind as the need to do something about this problem?
And the customer says, no, there's no doubt in my mind that something needs to be done.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
This is whenever somebody states an opinion, you always want to ask them why. Why do you feel that way? And you're going to find that they're going to have a hard time telling you why they feel that way. So I'll role play with Don and I'll go, well, it is old and it's inefficient. We're having breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah, and it's out of warranty. It's inefficient. It's causing your power bills to go up and up and up. And you can just about get a new one with a warranty for really what you're overpaying on your utility bills. So yeah, I agree with you. Something's got to be done about this old furnace.
That was step one, y'all. This is super, super, super important that you follow us here, okay? Because we're going to help you through the holidays to continue to close sales and to really get to the bottom of what it is. Question, Don, if it were free, would they need to think about it?
Nobody would think about it if it was free. There's 99.99% chance that we'll move forward on if it were free. It is the money.
So the first thing Don did was, is there any doubt in your mind that something needs to be done? Right? They said no. He said, why? Why do you feel that way? I had a hard time telling him why I felt that way. So he came in and jumped in and supported me and said something like, I agree with you. You're right. It is old. It's inefficient. The parts are hard to come by. When we can find them, they're expensive. You could be without air conditioning or overnight or longer. So yeah, I agree with you. It definitely needs to be done. Right? So that's step one. What's the next question you would ask, Don?
Is there any doubt in your mind as to my ability or the ability of my company to do this job right for you, and that having us do this work could ever be a mistake for you?
That's classic Charlie Greer right there, baby. Classic. No, Don, there's no doubt in my mind that you guys are good company.
Oh, why? Why do you feel that way?
Again, they're going to have a hard time giving you answers, right? They're going to say something probably like, well, we see your trucks around, and you guys couldn't be in business for like 12 years or something like that if you were a bad company.
Yeah, and we're in over 7,000 homes a year, so we know the codes, the construction. We know what works and what doesn't. Your home's not going to be a training ground or a testing ground. We'll get this job done right for you the first time. And with us, and say your company name, with my company, with Freedom, you get a satisfaction guarantee. So there's absolutely no way that this could be a mistake or you can waste your money when you do business with Freedom. So yeah, I agree with you. We are the company to do this type of work for you. Level with me.
So what was the process before you say what you're going to say next, right?
Yep.
What is the process that we just went through, guys? All right. Number one, we got out of them that they do believe it needs to be done, right? Mm-hmm. What's the next thing we got out of them, Don?
We got out of them that it's not, that they would feel comfortable with us doing the work, that it's not a company or a personal issue. And they'll have a hard time saying that to your face, that I don't like you.
Yeah,
they will have they will not say that. So, but you're eliminating that. We want to use someone else.
Yeah, we're also eliminating whether or not we have done a good job convincing them that something needs to be done, right? That's a huge. So what we've done here so far is said, is there any doubt in your mind that the work needs to be done? Any doubt in your mind as to our ability or the ability of my company to do the job right for you, that there's no way having me do this for you could be a mistake, right? No. Why? Why do you feel that way? Always when somebody states an opinion, ask them why. Why do you feel that way? And listen, okay? Sales is more about listening than it is about speaking. You want to become a good listener. So what Don's doing is he's eliminating potential objections, right? He's narrowing it down to the price objection, right? So after you've done those two things, what are you going to say, Don?
You're going to ask about the money. Level with me, and you're going to ask it in a very kind and non-threatening way, very sympathetic. Level with me. How do you feel about the money?
And they're going to say something like, "It's a lot of money, Don."
So now we need to bury the objection, that first objection, to get them to. So they'll.
Which was what? What was the first objection?
The holiday, or I need to delay, or whatever the excuse of the month is. It's the excuse of the month club that comes up. So whatever it is. So it isn't so much that it's the holidays and waiting till after and the family coming in and the Christmas presents. It's the money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's the money.
Yeah. I totally get it. Agree. Gotcha. I totally get it. Get on their side. It's non-threatening. When we're training guys, I still hear it in a little bit of their voice that they feel like this is a competition or a match, and whatever somebody says, I gotta outdo them and hit it back harder to them. No, just go on their side and play doubles. We're gonna tackle this thing together, so to speak. So, I totally get it. I understand. Makes total sense. Can you? Do you have that much money, or can you say more about that? Can you say more about that? And get them to open up. They might tell you the answer. The old sales adage is people will tell you how to close them if we'll just listen. Most of us don't ask the question, and then we don't listen.
So if they told us they wanted to think about it in this scenario, I would say something like, got it. Okay, perfect. So it's not so much that you need to think about it. You already thought about it. It's the money. And shake my head, right? If I can do that, I can that's called burying the objection, because it wasn't real. It was a smoke screen. They already thought about it. It was the money. And if I can get them to admit that, I have a path to move forward. But without admitting that and then burying that I want to think about an objection, or it's the holidays type objection, right? It's not so much it's the holidays, it's the money. So I'll go, so it's not so much you need to think about it. You already thought about it. It's the money. Exactly. Shake your head. And if they say yes, they can't go back and tell you they want to think about it again. Because if they do, I can say, do you remember earlier when you said it wasn't so much you needed to think about it, it was the money? Is it okay if we try to handle the money for you? Right? And they don't realize that you guys have got the ability to put them up on payment plans and stuff. Right? So here's the process Don's just went through. This is going to be gold for you during the holiday seasons. All right. We're going to show you how to get people to go ahead and move forward with the work with the best financing close that there is on earth. Okay. How do I know? Because I used it, and I've closed a higher percentage of sales than pretty much anybody I've ever met. You hear that? Okay. You got somebody there working. So here's the process Don just went through real quick. Okay. You're going to probably want to watch this video over again. Are you still got noise over there, Don?
I'm good. Yeah. All right, no telling when it'll come back. Sorry about that.
What was the first thing that you said to the client?
We wanted to establish the need to do some work. So is there any doubt in your mind that something has to be done about this problem?
No, there's no doubt in my mind. And then Don would say, why? Why do you feel that way? And I would give him some reasons, and he would probably come in and support me, right? By giving a couple more reasons. I could say it's old and it's been breaking down. The way he would support me in that, he'd go, you know what? You are right. It's old. It's inefficient. The parts are hard to come by. When we can find them, they're expensive. You can be without air conditioning overnight or longer. So sure, I agree with you. It definitely needs to be done. What's the next step?
Well, an important piece right there is you are right. Agree with your customer. So many times we teach this, and guys don't really hear that being said. They get the rest. They want to know about the warranty and the parts, and all of the the details there. But probably the more powerful part is agreeing with your customer. When you agree with them, you're not competition or competing with them. Yeah, I agree with you. It's very soft. So first is, do they really feel like they need to do something? Second, what you ask is, do they have any doubt about the company, my company, or my ability to do this job right for them? And then we want to ask them, why do they feel that way? I've been a member for years, and they won't be able to tell you much. And you add on. I love the word "and." You can say and throw 3 or 4 more reasons to do business with you. Mine might be different than yours. Benefits. It's okay. Their benefits, exactly. What is the benefit of doing business with you? If you do not know 2 or 10, then take this time today, the next time you have any downtime, and write out 10 reasons why people should do business with you. You will use those the rest of your life if you'll just take the time to develop this stuff. And really, one thing I want to say about holidays is this can be the best month of your life, of your year, if you train. A well-trained, know how to handle these objections, know how to do a great presentation, know how to get the customer involved, will trump the weather every time. It beats the weather. So this is the month to commit to yourself. You're going to give a bunch of gifts. And if you're probably like me, you probably don't get any meaningful gifts from people anymore, right? As kids, it was cool. But as adults, we don't get many gifts. Well, give the gift to yourself, and that is a phenomenal training, phenomenal career in the future by working hard this month. That's what I always say, is commit to doing it this month, because it's the gift you give to yourself is this knowledge. So I know we've first, we got to make sure they feel it's a need. Second, they got to make sure they feel comfortable with us. We got to be agreeing with them all the way along. So yeah, I agree with you. And then we have to have the guts to ask the money question. Level with me. How do you feel about the money? Or
and he's going to go even deeper
is
on
it
this.
The money?
Yeah. Level with me. How do you feel about the money? And they'll go, it's a lot of money a lot of times, right? And this is the step that some people are too chicken crap to ask. What's the next question?
Yeah. Can you tell me more? Can you say
level
more
with me?
About
How do you
that?
feel about the money? Right? They're going to go, it's a lot of money. And I'm going to say, do you have that much money?
Do you have that much?
Now, this is a question that some people have a hard time asking, but I'm telling you, it's just words, and they will let you know. Clients want to tell you that they don't have the money because they think that once they tell you they don't have the money, it's over, right? But that's just the beginning. Don's taking you through I want to think about it right now. So when they go, level with me, how do you feel about the money? I'll go, it's a lot of money. Now he's got to bury the objection.
Right.
How do you bury the objection?
Oh, it's kind of like the Columbo. We call that a Columbo close, where it kind of shocked. Oh, so it isn't so much about the holidays or anything else. It's the money, isn't it? Yeah, it's the money.
Yeah, it's definitely money.
All right. Can you tell me more about that? Or can you say more about that? Can you say more about that?
Yeah, I just, it's the holidays, man. I got money going out left and right, and this is the last thing I need to deal with right now.
Oh, gotcha. Makes total sense then. Again, we're getting on their side. They feel like they just, when they admit they don't have the money, it makes total sense that you're saying that you want to wait till after the holidays. I totally get that. And then, depending on the situation, price for me, something above $3,000 to $5,000, you're using, payment plan, weekly payment plan close. Something below $3,000, you're using the payment plan close. In this case, let's just say it's above, on a weekly basis. How much you think you can afford and still put syrup on the pancakes?
I don't know.
Yeah. Just take a guess.
See, this is Don messed up real quick.
I did.
Yeah.
And I was going to say the saw started in the background, so I cut myself off again. But I will say that that's what we're going to talk about Thursday. Come back to this again, same time on Thursday, and we're going to finish the payment plan close.
Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
Let's roll through it one more time for them. The I want to think about it objection and how to get it turned into something else, right? Let's just roll through it real quick. So I said I want to think about it. Is that how this all started out?
The holidays. Yeah,
It's the holidays right now. I ain't got the cash for this. We can do this after the holidays.
Oh, so is there any doubt in your mind that something's got to be done about this old furnace you have in your house?
No.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
Well, I mean, you guys have been coming out here and it's been breaking down, and this is the second time somebody's told me I need to replace it.
Yeah, it's it's old, it's inefficient, it's when it breaks down, when we have to get parts, they're getting expensive, and even hard to find, and there isn't a warranty, so the bill just keeps going up and up and up. And you can just about get a new one with a warranty for what you're overpaying on your utility bills. So yeah, I agree with you. Something's got to be done about this old furnace. Is there any doubt in your mind to my ability or the ability of my company to do this work right for you, and that there's no way having us do this work could be a mistake?
I don't think so.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
Well, you seem like a nice guy, and I mean, I see your trucks everywhere.
Yeah. And we're in over 7,000 homes a year. We know the codes, construction. We know what works and what doesn't. Your home's not going to be a testing ground or a training ground. We'll get the job done right for you the first time. And with us, you get a satisfaction guarantee. So there's no way you can waste your money working with us. So yeah, I agree with you. We are the company to do this type of work for you. Level with me. How do you feel about the money?
It's a lot of money.
Do you have that much money?
Nope.
Makes total sense. I got you. So it really isn't so much that the holidays are in the way, you got to think about it or anything. It's the money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, we just don't have it right now. I mean, it's holidays and presents and kids and trips and all the things.
Right. Well, on a weekly basis, how much you think you can afford and still put syrup on the pancakes? $80, $90 a week?
Oh, no way. No way. That's way too much.
Could you do 75?
No.
Maybe 70?
I could do 50 a week if that's what you're talking about.
So you could definitely do $50 a week?
Yeah.
Okay. Initial right here, and I'll take care of it for you, $50 a week.
What do you mean?
I'm going to take care of this, and you just pay us $50 a week.
Really?
Yeah. Initial deal, and I'm going to go ahead and get started.
No catches?
$50 a week.
Okay. I'm good with that.
All right. It's okay if we look at your credit, right?
Look at that. Those are the words. Not check your credit, not pull your credit, not run your credit. It's okay if we look at your credit, right? And shake your head like this, guys.
And
you just got the payment plan closed, guys.
I am so from the South that I gotta say my habit is it's okay if we take a look at your credit, and that is not the perfect scripting, but as I jokingly say, we're fixing to go do something here in the South, so it's a little different, but it's okay if we look at your credit, right? Make it a question with that word right, but it's really a statement up till then.
Yeah. Guys, I hope that this helps you. If this helps you, please put something down in the comments, tag somebody, share this with somebody that needs it right now, okay? We're all going into the holidays right now. There's no reason for your income to be less in December than it was in November. Don, did I tell that story at the beginning of this? Good.
Yes.
Good. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, you did. So
guys, please tag your friends, tag people, share this with people so that we can make an impact here in the holiday season. We're essential workers, y'all. And sometimes this month, especially for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical technicians, it can be a slower month. All right. Business is never good or bad out there. It's only good or bad between your ears. All right. So please, and by the way, if you would like a PDF of this objection that we just handled, put PDF please down in the comments. All right. And if you want it, I'm going to make you share this at least once. Okay. So share it somewhere. Put I want to think about it or something like that down in the comments. PDF, just put PDF down in the comments, and I will get you what we just talked about in writing. Okay, that way you guys can memorize it with your team and everything. We'll get you the process that we just went through. That way, when somebody tells you after the holidays they want to think about it, you can actually get to the root of the objection and you can overcome it. All right.
And look for us to be back. We will be back a couple times a week having great discussions. That's our commitment through this holiday, is to provide the information, get you the tools you need to have the best month and the best year of your life.
And on top of that, just so you guys know, January 24th through the 28th, we will be in Orlando, Florida, in a 16,000 square foot mansion. We have room for a total of 24 people at that event. Some of the tickets are already sold. Get yours before they go out of stock. All right. We're going to be spending, what is it, Don? 3 days in the classroom. So it's 3 days and 4 nights there at the mansion. And it is absolutely phenomenal. I got a money back guarantee. If you don't feel like after the very first day, if you don't feel like it was worth the money, I'll give you all your money back and you can take off and head back home. Cool. So money back guarantee on that class. And we also have got some payment plans. So get us a message now. Warning to you guys, we're going into a little bit of a winter here. Okay. A little bit of a winter financially. And the people that actually sharpen their sword right now are going to be the people that are still around. Some people are going to get taken out by this, the financial markets, and I'm going to say crisis that is coming up. Essentially, it's a recession, a short recession, I think. But some people are going to get hurt. The people that will continue to maintain priority at your company are going to be the people that actually are focused on their sales skills every day. All right. Mm-hmm. So please don't get swept away with the tide. All right. Yep. Focus and learn.
We get asked all the time, how often should you train? And really, I believe, and I did for years, it's daily. If you're training by yourself, commit to 15 minutes every day. I would rather you give me 15 minutes every day than say, well, I'll do an hour or 2 hour session this weekend that never happens, or maybe it does or doesn't. 15 minutes every day, because sometimes you'll get so excited that you'll spend more than 15 minutes, but it's the minimum of 15 minutes. I committed to reading 10 minutes a day a year ago, not this year, but last year. And I read 71 books by just committing to 10 minutes a day. I would finish the chapter, I'd finish the page, so I might read more than 10, but I never read less than 10 minutes. And sometimes you were just so into it, you wanted to continue to read. And sometimes you had something else on your mind that you stopped as soon as you could, as soon as there was a nice page break. But if you commit to 10, 15 minutes to you'll make a huge difference. 15 minutes a day is what I would ask you to do or tell you to do.
And if you don't know the secret, if you don't know what to study, that's one of the reasons that you want to come to one of our live events. Or maybe you don't have the money right now. Maybe you don't have 5, 6, 7 grand laying around to pay for an event ticket. In that case, you want to consider joining our mastermind. We meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we go over all of the current things that are happening in the market, and we help people to increase their closing ratios and their average tickets. All right. So if you want information on that group, it's called the Mastermind, and you can have Don and I train you twice a week for an hour to keep your sword sharp. Right. So if you want information on the Mastermind, let us know, and we can get you into our weekly meetings. All right. Help you. And we can, by the way, inside that group, every single script that I have ever written, every single objection that you could ever run into. All of that stuff is in there. There's 13 different closing scripts in there. All right. So some of you don't even know that we have that program available, and it is super, super, super affordable. Question I would ask you is, can you afford not to do it? Can you afford not to train on a daily basis? So, Don, anything else you want to say before we take off today?
Appreciate your time. We will be doing these lives a lot in December. Check us out. Follow both of us. Share these to other people. Let's get through this month and become so much stronger together.
Amen, man. And guys, if you would like Don to come out and do training with your team, Don actually does on-sites. So all you got to do is put on-site down in the comments, and we can have a conversation about what it would take for Don to come out and train your entire team. By the way, he built an 8-figure company and exited it for 8 figures. So this guy knows what the hell he's talking about. All right. You can trust him, and his heart's in the right place. So Don has got my full endorsement. Guys, I love you very much. Thank you for showing up today. Please share the video with your friends. All right. Have yourselves a great day, guys. I love you, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Bye.
Same time, same place.
Sounds great. Bye,
See you
guys.